So, Tim, you've just told me you're not much a sweet tooth and not much a baker, but I think I can get you over the line with my olive oil, choc chip and sea salt cookies,
Yum.
which are like this great combination of the sweet and the salty, and chocolate and salt pairs so well together. Now, I'm not a traditional baker, so I really like doing things that make life easy in the kitchen when it comes to baking, which is why I make these cookies with olive oil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we've got some Bertolli extra virgin olive oil, so that too also adds in a little bit of that extra savoury tinge into the dish, instead of it being butter, which can be a little bit more creamy and hang on to the sweet more. So that's my little tip there. And it's really easy because you don't have to wait for things like butter to soften either, which is cool. So it's about half a cup of extra virgin olive oil to start our cookies. Now, Tim, I'd love for you to start chopping the chocolate for us. When the cookies are in the oven baking, you still get that gooey chocolate chunk coming through, which is what's definitely going to sell you in.
I love it. Alrighty, here I go.
Then to the extra virgin olive oil, I'm going to use some coconut sugar. And this is something that's also really important in baking for me, trying to make, some healthier options for people when it comes to baking, is actually looking at how much sugar is going into these recipes. Now, we have the chocolate, so that's giving us some sweet as well. And what I do by adding in my coconut sugar is actually reduce the amount of sugar going in. So traditional baking might call for maybe a cup of sugar.
Yeah.
I'm just doing half a cup of coconut sugar.
Just half a cup.
Just a half.
I love coconut sugar, and you've got that beautiful dark chocolate, which has its antioxidants. Am I onto
You're on it.
Oh,
You're learning already.
I'm learning.
I love it. And then an egg to help us bind it all together, of course.
Beautiful.
Just one egg is all we need. And look, again, I said I'm not a traditional baker. I like things to be easy and quick and just make it, simple for people. So I get all of my wet ingredients together, some vanilla extract and also baking powder, so they rise beautifully as well.
Lovely.
And then we're just whisking it all up.
Whiskey whisk.
And it's that simple. And this one I often make with my children as well. It's a good one if you've got people popping over and you want them to walk into that beautiful smell of home-baked goodness.
I love that.
That you've literally pulled together within a few minutes.
And it's impressive because people are like, oh, what's cooking? And they're like, oh, just some freshly baked cookies. It's nothing,
As you do. Now, you can smell the extra virgin olive oil coming through in the base there.
Love it.
Now, we'll add in our flour. So I'm using a spelt flour instead of a traditional plain flour. So it adds in some valuable nutrition there. Spelt's an ancient grain, so we get a few more of those nutrients coming through.
Lovely.
And then our rolled oats. So they go in, and then I'll get you to...
Is that okay?
Yeah, let's get our chocolate in.
All right, here we go.
All the goodness of the choc chunks coming together in the cookie dough. And it'll surprise you as a cookie dough because it won't be as sticky as a traditional cookie dough, right? The nature of a traditional cookie dough with flour and butter is that it's stickier and a little bit harder to start.
Yeah.
Because we've made it with an extra virgin olive oil and the oats, it's a little bit looser here. That's a good thing. We want it to be like that so they're lovely and moist and chewy and delicious when they come out of the oven too.
That's amazing.
And then really, we're just going to heat our oven up, portion out our cookie dough, and get a little bit of the salt in before we get it into the oven. So I'm going to get you to go for a little pinch of salt here before the cookie dough goes into the oven.
Here we go.
And then when they come out of the oven, just to finish it, and that's the impressive thing too about the sea salt cookies, we put a little bit of salt once they're baked so that they've got that beautiful sea salt flake sitting on the top of the actual cookie too. Now, I'm not making huge cookies, as you can see here, either. They're only sort of a tablespoon measure of the actual cookie dough, and that's for a reason as well. That's because I think it's really important that sweets, if you like sweets, are part of a healthy, balanced diet, but we don't need to eat huge portions of them. You can have your sweet kick, enjoy it, and move on. You don't need to eat the whole entire batch of cookies. Definitely enjoy one, maybe two, depending on the company that you have. And then, move on to the next thing.
Hide the rest away or give them to their neighbours as a gift so they're out of the house? Because I don't know if I could help myself, Jacq.
Look, I am very, very much a person that likes to leave little brown paper bags on people's doorstep. And who doesn't love a home-baked cookie?
No one.
All right, these are almost ready. We'll get them in the oven and then they just bake for about 14 to 16 minutes.
That's it?
And that's it. All right, Tim, so these have cooled on the tray. And now, I know, you see all the beautiful Choc chunks coming through. You can even see some of the rolled oats popping out. And then you can help me by putting a little sprinkle of the sea salt on the top to finish, just to really bring all of that beautiful sweet and savoury, so salty to life.
I love that.
What do you think?
That little addition of salt is just going to make such a difference.
Yeah, one to take home for the family?
Yeah, please. Yeah. The kids will love these.
Easy done.
I think baking doesn't have to be complicated.
That's right.
We don't have time for that. We want simple, healthy and delicious, and you've ticked all the boxes.
Yeah.
Can I try one?
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yum, yum. Oh, wow.
You happy with the result?
That is a ripper little recipe. I can't wait to try these at home.
I know, they're good fun. And by using the extra virgin olive oil, not only do you make life easier because it's just ready to go, but you pack extra nutrition in as well. So really simple, wholesome, a nice variation on a traditional sweet treat and something you can whip together in minutes.
I love it. I'm going to go pop the kettle on.